Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Another match today. This is the first one I'm doing with me and one of the kids. This was February 2017, Salem's first match. Really nerve-wracking. She was really nervous about it. We didn't, you know, most people know I don't like to what they call can my whole match. Couple key points, and at this point, you know, I trained Salem, so we both knew what each other can do. There's a couple things that we worked on, but you know, we had a basic psychology you wanted in this match, and we were going to stick to it. I don't train people to like, well, you know, deviate from what you're doing because the fans aren't popping right away. If your psychology's on point, they'll eventually buy into it, and that's what happened on this one. This was VF3 Productions from Virgil Flynn, God rest his soul. Student of mine is no longer with us. He was running out of this building that was doubled at, or as a car dealership that doubled as a pro wrestling school, and where they run shows out of there. So you can see in the background that back window, so the car lot basically, and then on the right side there's another window in the front of the car lot. So we're gonna get into this, and once again, this is Salem's first match. And a lot of the stuff we do in here is stuff I do in matches all the time, but it's basically old school psychology. And yeah, let's rock. And there it is, the handshake. I'm just one of these guys. Like, I remember back in the day, even when I'm a heel, I do this because back in the day I used to watch The Horsemen a lot, and Tully Blanchard would shake hands before a match, and he was a heel. So I just always thought that that's part of what makes it a athletic contest is the handshake, you know. This way, when you decide to start hot, it makes more sense because it's something you normally don't do. Now, right here, you can see us starting off. This is basic, my first day of wrestling training stuff we're doing. But, you know, it's the way wrestling is. You start off with some chain and make it work. Now, there's a bunch of things we could point out that we're both doing wrong. This is one of the counters and reversals that I teach. Of course, right there, I'm selling with my hands down, like an idiot, but you know, you fix those things hopefully. Sometimes you wrestle for a while, you get cocky and arrogant and forget to do things and like you should. But, you know, see, we're just starting off with some basic wrestling because why? We're both babyface, we're both wrestlers. Nobody has to be dirty. We don't have to, you know, slap the leg to do a move, but and right there, Salem grabbed the ropes. Probably shouldn't have done that right away. Grabbing the ropes is kind of a latch stitch effort, but it's what they do, especially when they're right there in front of you. Why wouldn't you do it, you know? Another move you don't see too often is the knuckle lock, mercy lock, I like to call it. Right there, that transition on the arm wringer thing could have been probably a little faster. Yeah, it's not that bad. Technical headlock takeover done by the greatest right there. I love doing simple shit like that. Right there, my headlock looks really, really weak. She probably oversold a little bit on that. Oh, what a weak clothesline. See, that makes it look fake when you throw weak clotheslines because you know that they're supposed to duck or grab something, you know? And right there with her leg is over my head, she probably could have wrenched that down a little harder, you know, because, you know, it doesn't really cause too much pain, but make it a little bit more physical. Or one thing I could have done was reach my arm over her leg right there to bring it down, but and there's the dragon lock. And of course the cameraman in ringside, there's two other sides of the ring he could be sitting on where he's not interrupting anything, but he picks the fan side. So one thing that pisses me off about these fucking indie shows is you'll have 10 camera guys around the fucking ring. And what they don't realize is if you're on the ring, touching the fucking ring, you're between the fans and the wrestling. You know, the best at it is fucking Mikey Nolan. He takes great pictures. He fucking stays out of the way. He's so good, you don't even know he's there. There's sometimes where I have to tell him, fucking move, because we're outside doing something. It's a nice side super bitch right there. But that's just me bitching about indie wrestling. See right there, you guys, a kick out early, or not early, but at 1, because this isn't a point in the match where it's got to be that big dramatic 1, 2, and then barely kick out, 4-3. I think right here we're both probably moving a little too slow. Should have came at me with a little more purpose. Oh, yeah, probably a little bit nervous that she's going to chop me because she knows she's going to get one back. And everybody knows me, I love taking chops. Good selling to the interacting with the fans though. So I think Salem has great charisma, man. That's not a hard thing to teach, I hear Titus in the background saying weak. That's fucking asshole. And the referee is my good friend Danny Reynoso, my brother, man. I love that guy. Every time I do something big, I try to get him involved because he's so good at everything he does in the business. But I always try to get him involved, man. I said I'm stealing one of my moves, or paying homage, as we call it in our household. Seeing right there, a lot of people don't notice is I probably got up too quick, but you kick out and then use that momentum to work up. So that the wrestler doesn't have to pick you up every time, Kick out and you got to start working up, man. Don't make them pick you up from a dead all the time. And then right now I'm kind of trying to play the angle, okay, is the knee really hurt? Can she go on? And that type of thing, and work the knee. You see the fans starting to buy into what we're doing a little bit, and mind you guys, this isn't your traditional crowd. A lot of these people here are here because their kids, their boyfriends, girlfriends, or buddy is on the show. So the Virgil Film Productions crowd was a lot of people who we kind of knew outside of the normal business because we were related to most of them, or they'd just been around us for a long time. So there's people out in the ring, right there in the front row are the kids' grandparents, their mom's out there somewhere. Across this ring over there, the guy against the wall is a guy coach with Andy Hamill. There's a guy sitting in the front row that's a commentator at or a ring announcer for some company. I always call him you. And I think next to him is Jake Singh. But there's just a bunch of people out there that you see at all these shows. So we're trying to work the knee angle right now. That she can't put any weight on it. And I think the fans start buying into what we're doing. And they start feeling, kind of understanding what's going on. Today's playing the good, not dying, continuing to fight. Probably should have the hands up though. I don't know who that was. I think probably Nana in the background saying that. And then that cell was not what I probably would have done it that way. Probably should have grabbed the knee right away. And then me, I dead sell it because I'm fat and out of shape, and I lay there looking up. I should have sold to that position while my head up a little higher right away. And of course, you don't hear either of us being very vocal.
Here's what I found.
What the fuck is that? Didn't ask you anything. Sorry about that, guys. Right here, our heat's kind of looking slow, weak, and methodical. Now, this was a 60-minute Broadway, okay, but it's not. And this is at the point when I thought I could still do the Hurricane Rana, so I went kind of sideways, but being fat and lazy. But she held me safe, and I got over. And see, but at this point, I'm kind of selling it like we've been working for 20, 30 minutes, and that's so wrong. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's no excuse for that. But this is what I tell people when you watch your matches: watch it the first time as a fan and see what you do right. Then watch it back and see all the stuff you did wrong, and try to fix those things. That move never works when I throw it. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I just go every time. And when we had practiced that move in camp, I think she was supposed to be going off the second rope. And then she went off the bottom. A good friend of mine, Jason Sullivan, does that, but it just turns it into an elbow. And I kind of trying to steal it from him. There's just fans running around ringside again. God damn it. See, these kind of shows are always cool because you don't have security. Why? Because you know everybody in the audience, so you don't need to worry about somebody jumping the rail or whatever, you know. And there I am kind of trying to talk her through this spot, and it looked really slow, looked really planned out. And most people who've watched wrestling for years know this spot. This is one of the keys I try to give people. Like, everybody who's watched wrestling for a while knows certain cues. Even if you're not in the business, you know certain cues, so you have to play off that. Example I give is tag wrestling. You know at some point in the match, when both guys are down, the fans don't know what it's called. Well, most of them don't, but it's called a hot tag. They're laying there. They're going to go crawl towards the thing, and right at 9, they make the count, and the good guys get the fire back. And that's just in this, people know the spot, you know. So it works. People are sheep. You hear them counting. And then Salem has the animation, fire back, and look at the fans. They're buying into it after they were sitting on their hands the first couple minutes, you know. That kind of could have been done better on both of our parts. I kind of sandbagged it right there. See, now the fans are bought in. And mind you, if we went back and did this match right now, it'd be so much better. She's such a better wrestler now. Hopefully I'm more polished now. Fucking sandbagged her again. Yeah, that was just me being fat and lazy and saying I'm your dad. I'm gonna do what I want. And didn't get the height I should have. And what's worse about that is when you don't go high on some of those bumps, you come down on your low back and your spine hurts more. And you could even run the risk of your head snapping off the mat. So you got to get up on your bumps, man, and protect yourself. You know, she's firing at the crowd. That's good. Especially young kids don't really get that part of the business. See, we blotched that spot. Oh, that was my fault. I went up short on that one. Yeah, but here come the heels, and this is basic booking right here. When you don't know how to finish the match, you want to make both guys look strong. You pick a group of heels to run in and break it up. It's basic bitch shit, but you know it's what it is. So then I don't even have to watch the rest of it to know that somebody's gonna come out. Yeah, people come out. Oh man, there's Virgil, and there's a bunch of people who aren't in the business anymore. Baby faces come out, and then I'm sure, assuming we're gonna get up and shake and walk off in the sunset together. But yeah, that's it, man. There's so many mistakes. You watch that, but that's how you have to be critical and crucial of yourself. And really, when you watch those things, man, you have to look at everything you do. I don't care if you need to write it down, but make a list, mental list or written down list, and your next match, try to fix one thing. And every time you fix something, then you work on the next thing. Don't try to go fix everything because it's not going to happen. But just try to fix one thing. And if you do that, if you make a list and you look at it like a bunch of times before your next match, at some point in that match, you'll be thinking about, fuck, what's on that list? And you'll remember, and then you won't do it because it'll pop in your mind. But if you just say, oh yeah, you did this or this or this wrong, and then you never think about it again, you're going to keep doing it wrong. And I've said this so many times. Both my kids know this. I used to coach football for a lot of years. One of the most successful high school coaches in West Texas history. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that out loud. But I coached with this guy who I did not like. And he was the head coach of the program. I was a JV head coach. I hated everything this guy said that came out of his mouth. The one thing that always rings true with me and that I always do believe is that he says, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. And when you do things wrong all the time, you're going to keep doing it wrong all the time. So you have to fix those things, man. The more times you do it wrong, the more permanent it's going to become. So fix those small things, and watch your video, and watch it with somebody if you can, who knows more than you and who isn't out for their own benefit. Anyways, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and we will talk to you soon.